Please welcome your founder, Logan Stout, and ID Life partner, Troy Aikman.
What was it about ID Life that you said, I want to be an investor?
Well, I think first and foremost, I like the space. I like the health and wellness space, and it was consistent with kind of, not kind of, with pretty much who I am, as far as, working out, obviously as a professional athlete, and then as someone who aspired to be a professional athlete, you're aware of that, and working out, trying to eat right and take care of yourself has always been an important part of my regimen, and even more so once I retired. I think that, because I was relatively young when I was retiring from the game. I'd played 12 years, but I was 34 years old, and as I started to get closer to 40, then I said, man, this is getting a lot harder than it once was, and now, as I'm getting closer to 50, it's gotten even more difficult. So I've really taken more interest in what I'm doing and what I'm taking and how I'm working out and how I'm taking care of myself. And ID Life, I think, is an amazing product. One, because the important thing is, when we first spoke was, hey, I want to make sure that what's being claimed is what this product is, and that we're all not talking about something and getting excited about something and then it not be the vitamins and really the best quality stuff. And so that was number one. And then once that hurdle was passed, then I just think that the way that this business is structured in being able to really personalize the supplements as best you can for the individuals is really breaking ground, and I wanted to be a part of that. So I'm excited about it. I have been from day one, and I believe strongly in it. It's easy, as I said, for me to talk about because it's just such a big part of who and what I am now as I've reached middle age.
One thing I look at in sports, obviously you do too, particularly football. If you look at the greatest teams, the coach has a system. And anybody not willing to buy into that system, he gets rid of them. And you look at Bill Belichick. Look at the players. He just said, get out of here. And that guy wins over and over. John Maxwell, one of my best friends in the world, who spoke with us Thursday, his best friend was John Wooden. And John was arguably one of the greatest coaches ever in any sport. And John Maxwell always told me, John Wooden had a system.
Yeah. In this business, when you're out selling, I think there has to be processes in place as to how you accomplish that. And I think that that's why something like ID Revolution is really great. Yeah, it motivates people, but it also kind of allows them to understand, okay, how does this whole thing work, and how do you stack successes upon successes and see where it goes from there.
Well, you answered some of the questions that were here. What would be your advice on building a business? But I hope you just heard systems. You understand that? Systems are duplicatable. In the sports world, what's duplication? Winning year in, year out, year in, year out, year in, year out, year in, year out. Talent doesn't win. Now, obviously, you can't win the Kentucky Derby with a mule, right? You have to have some horses. But at the end of the day, if you want big-time success at ID Life, you have to plug into the system. That's how you're going to succeed on a huge scale, long term.
And it just doesn't happen. You just don't show up. You just don't participate, and then great things happen. You got to work at it. You got to put in extra time. So it's not about the 100 catches. It's about investing yourself in whatever it is that you're doing so that you can be the best you can be. Not that you can be the best that's out there, but the best you can be. So I think that this kind of stuff here is what this is about. And there's going to be, for some that are here, there's going to be a full day of, wow, I'm motivated. This guy really connected with me. Jen connected with me. This, and you're going to take it all in. And then there's going to be others that come from a little bit of a different place. And there's just going to be, one or two little things, that just kind of hit you, and you say, yeah, that makes a difference for me, and that resonates with me. But whatever it is, you're here, and I'd be shocked if you haven't already. I'm sure you already have. But there's things that you're going to learn, you're going to hear while you're here that you're going to take with you, and you're going to be better for it. And so as I've gotten older, And I told Logan before we came out here, he said, hey, do you mind if you get, if we get into some motivational stuff, or you talk about, I said, you know what, that's not really, it's not. I mean, that's not really my deal. I'm not a motivational speaker. I don't want to sound like I'm preaching to anybody. But what I have tried to do as I've gotten older is I've tried to surround myself with people that kind of inspire me in some way or another, and it doesn't always have to be someone who's inspiring me to, to work out more or to eat better. But those are good things, if that's what it is. But just people who inspire you to be a better person, to live life better, to whatever it might be. I think we all have things in our life that we say, wow, this person, whatever it is, they have, not that you're envious of them, but you say, wow, I like this about them, and they, I want to try to emulate that a little bit, or and so this is a great opportunity for all of you that are here, and I applaud you for coming. And I'm sure and I'm hopeful that you get out of this everything that you expected to get out of it when you signed up and you traveled here to Fort Worth to be a part of it here today.
I know every one of them would love to hug you and shake your hand and tell you this personally, so I'll say it for them. We love you. We appreciate you for taking time out of your Saturday to come hang out with us, and thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm certainly not deserving of that. Thank you, Logan, and that means a lot to me. And I'll just close with before I do, I'll just say that I've really enjoyed being a part of this whole thing with ID Life. As I said, it's really easy for me. Wish I could stay longer. But as Logan said, I came from some games. I'm fortunate I get to go back. I know a lot of you all are missing your kids' games. But I have represented other companies, and as Logan said, I'm an investor in this company, but I am, taking the photo shoots and in a lot of ways being a representative, of this company, as all of you are too, in different ways. And what I've always said is that I know that not everyone is a Cowboy fan. It's not relevant. People always come to me and say, hey, I just want you to know I'm a Giants fan, or I'm a Redskins fan, or I'm a, this fan. And I think it's great. I mean, it's not offensive to me at all if someone's not a Cowboy fan. It means nothing to me. But having said that, and I know there's people out there that aren't, necessarily Troy Aikman fans. That's okay too. But as it relates to this, and me being a representative of ID Life, and you all then being representatives of ID Life, we're on the same team. And I just hope that I represent, this company in a way that makes you guys proud and helps you fulfill the goals and aspirations that you have within it. So I appreciate you having me. I appreciate you listening to me ramble, and have a great afternoon. All right, brother. See y'all.